It's Hot 97, Method Man's here.
What can you tell us about working with Tupac? Any stories from that experience?
None, because Tupac wasn't there. But I'll tell you this.
They just sent you the record.
Now keep it 100, right? Because if y'all know, Pac was locked up, right?
Yeah.
When Pac came home, this is how 100 Death Row kept it with him. When Pac came home, whatever material Dog Pound had, Dre had, Snoop had, any of them had, they gave to Pac so he could do his album. So that's why when you listen to the album, California Love was supposed to be on Dre's album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The one that I'm on with Corrupt and Red, and that's supposed to be for the Dog Pound album. And Rage was in the spot that Pac was in. And Deck was on the record also. But by the time Pac got on it, you know, but when I met the brother later on down the line, it was at when all this East-West crap was going on, but it wasn't no East-West crap when Bad Boy and Death Row or whatever was going through their little shit. I remember because I was high and I was baked. And you know, I'm baked, but I'm in LA. It's just me. I ain't out there with nobody.
Y'all had a mansion out there. Remember that?
Yeah, we did, but we didn't have no mansion then. It was just meth out there. Boom, I'm in here, right? So I remember sitting up in one of the booths. You know how House of Blues is set up. I'm sitting in one, and this is the pre-Soul Train party. So I'm sitting up in one of the booths, and I'm just like looking around at everything, and I'm starting to feel the tension. Before that, I wasn't feeling the tension. I mean, we was even, the plane coming to LA, Suge was on our fucking plane.
Love.
You know what I'm saying? So it was all love. I'm in there and just tension. It just felt weird. And I remember seeing Puff come through. That's where it started for me at. Because I remember seeing Puff come through, and Puff had like 5 bodyguards with him. And this was like one of the only times Puff ever stopped to speak to me. You know what I mean? Really? Like, yeah, back in them days. During those days. You know, Big was still alive, whatever. This one time first stopped to speak to me and shit. So, you know, I felt a little uneasy, like, what the fuck was that about? Puff don't do that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So I had to shake it off, and I'm sitting up in the booth, and I remember somebody snapped me out of funniest thing. First funniest person ever snapped me out of it. Latifah came through for Dolo. And you know, La got that bop. You know, like, that's you, Method Man? What the fuck you doing in that corner? I was like, yeah, what the fuck am I doing in this corner? Got up, passed me. I don't want to give her half of it. You know.
What up, Dana?
What up? And after that, it was just Culiente. To make a long story longer, we on our way out. Lights come on at the end of the party. Party over. Lights come on. I'm blowed now. I'm like, feel a tap on my shoulder. Turn around. It's Pac. I ain't seen this nigga all night. I ain't know he was even in there. I turn around, Pac there, he's like, yo, wanna holler at, you know, anybody we wanna fuck with this Wu-Tang next thing I know, cameras every fucking where. So while he's saying this, I remember something, an altercation happened with RZA in Vegas, something happened with the chain, and Pac was trying to tell me, you know, if I was there, that shit would have never happened, blah, 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 blah. And I remember looking up, and Suge was like this with the cigar in his mouth, looking down at me like this. So I'm like, damn, I'm just on a plane with this nigga. Why you looking at me crazy right now and shit, you know? So then I look at Pac, and Pac got a whole different face. His face looked like that picture before he died. That face he had. Oh, that look. He had that look on his face and shit. You know what I mean? And I remember looking back down, and I couldn't understand anything he was saying after that because mad shit was going through my head, and I'm looking at the Death Row piece on his chain. Then he was like, "Yeah, we gonna all meet up," and I was like, "Yeah, you know how men do it. We handle our business." Walked out. Soon as I walked out the club, Tracy Waples. Love Trey Wap.
Executive, label executive, worked behind the scenes for a long time.
She outside in a Benz like, Meth, come on, get in the car. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not making a connection here. And I'm like, oh, that's Puff car. That's Puffy car. Ain't no way I'm getting in that motherfucking car. No fucking way. Even though, you know, I ain't got no beef with Puff, and I ain't got nothing with no East-West shit, but there's no way I'm getting.
Because then it looks like you picking sides.
Boom,
bam.
I'll take a cab, thanks.
Son, we went to Pink Dot, right down the block.
Got you a little hot dog.
We ain't even going to Pink Dot. We standing in the alleyway, rehashing the whole night now. Paranoid as fuck. We expect.
High.
Yeah, high. And I mean, we must have been there for like an hour before we left. Like, you know what? Fuck up out of here, man. But it was a bugged out evening. That was when I met Tupac, y'all.
It was, and for anybody watching, listening to this right now, it was a time, it was a lot of plotting going on.
Yeah.
It was a lot of like, if this one moves like this, I'm going to move like this. Yeah. Because there was so much money being made on record sales. It was so much money being doled out to Puff, Suge, these labels, to develop acts, to take over the charts, to do this, to do that. Yeah. And Cats was really playing chess, like who's moving with who. How can I make this look like this? Like
Nothing makes me happier than hearing street smart and smart, generally, New Yorkers talk about what's happening and looking at a situation.
Well, because
very much amusing.
Outsiders would have never thought that Puff And
Right.
Meth didn't have a relationship like
Right.
that. Why would-
I'll be
not
there
like
for you.
that,
That
no.
remix. That you guys won a Grammy together.
Y'all gotta understand. Okay, Puffy the man, like, you know, Sean or whatever and shit. You get him 1-on-1. Puff is the coolest motherfucker on the planet. I played Torture with him when I did the song with Big. But Puffy, P Diddy, and you around a bunch of other motherfuckers that's Showtime, baby. And I don't blame him, because he got to live up to the persona, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that really is his persona, but like I said, he wasn't the type of person go out his way to speak to you.